A car payment used to mean you were doing well. Now, for millions of people, it's the reason they'll never build wealth. Right now in America, people are financing vehicles for 7, even 8 years just to make the monthly payment look affordable. And somehow, $1,000 car payments became normal. Not luxury car normal. Normal. There are people making decent money who still feel broke every month because one decision in a dealership quietly trapped them financially for the next decade. And the craziest part? Most people buying expensive cars genuinely believe they can afford them. Today, we're breaking down the honest truth about how much car you can actually afford based on your income, the rules wealthy people follow, and the psychological trap dealerships use to keep average consumers permanently car poor. Because if you get this wrong, it doesn't just cost you money. It can delay your entire financial future. Comment below what country you're watching from, and what's the craziest monthly car payment you've heard someone admit to recently. Let's start with the biggest lie in the modern car market: monthly payments. Dealerships don't want you thinking about the total price of the car. They want you thinking in small monthly increments. That's the trick, because saying, "This car costs $70,000," sounds painful, but saying, "It's only $200 more per month," sounds manageable. That single mindset shift is how people get trapped. And now dealerships stretch loans to 7 to 2, 8 to 4, sometimes even 9 to 6 months, just to make outrageously expensive cars feel affordable. But extending the loan doesn't make the car cheaper. It just keeps you in debt longer. And financially, that's dangerous, because cars are not assets. They are depreciating machines. The moment you drive a new car off the lot, it immediately starts losing value. Some vehicles lose 20% in the first year alone. Imagine financing something for 7 years while it loses value every single month. That's what millions of people are doing right now. So let's talk about the first rule that actually matters: the 35% rule. A good benchmark is this: your total car price should never exceed roughly 35% of your annual income. Meaning, if you make $40,000 a year, you probably shouldn't buy a car over $14,000. If you make $100,000, your limit is around $35,000. But honestly, if building wealth matters to you, even that might be too aggressive, because the people who become financially free usually buy less car than they can technically afford, not more. That's a difference between looking rich and actually becoming rich. And this is where most people completely destroy themselves financially. They confuse approval with success. Someone sees their coworker driving a brand new BMW. Their neighbor gets a lifted truck. Their friend posts a Mercedes on Instagram. And suddenly their perfectly reliable car feels embarrassing. That feeling costs people hundreds of thousands of dollars over a lifetime. Because every extra dollar tied up in a car payment is money not going toward investments, freedom, retirement, or peace of mind. And here's the part almost nobody thinks about: opportunity cost. If someone invests $750 per month instead of spending it on an oversized car payment, over 30 years, that could become over $1 million. $1 million. That's a hidden price tag attached to expensive vehicles. Future freedom. Now let's talk about the smartest car buying rule most financially disciplined people follow. The 20th of April 10 rule. This rule is simple. Put at least 20% down. Finance for no more than 4 years. Keep total car costs under 10% of your monthly income. That includes insurance, maintenance, gas, and the payment itself. And if you can't hit those numbers, you probably can't truly afford the car. Most people ignore this because they are shopping emotionally instead of mathematically. That's why dealerships love buyers who only ask, "What's the monthly payment?" Because emotionally driven buyers are incredibly profitable. And speaking of emotional buying, luxury cars might be the biggest financial illusion in America. A used luxury vehicle can absolutely destroy your budget long after you buy it. Because people focus on the purchase price, not the maintenance trap. $300 oil changes, massive repair bills, expensive tires, premium insurance. Some luxury vehicles cost tens of thousands more to maintain over time than a Toyota or Honda. At that point, you're not buying transportation anymore. You're buying a financial identity. And identities are expensive. Now, there is one area where financing can actually make sense. If you're financially disciplined, let's say you have $25,000 in cash. Most people immediately think, I should just buy the car outright. And emotionally, that feels responsible. But mathematically, not always. Because if you finance at a reasonable interest rate while investing the remaining cash, your money can continue compounding instead of disappearing into a depreciating asset. That's how wealthy people think differently. They ask, where will my money work hardest? But this strategy only works if you actually invest the difference. If you finance the car and spend the extra cash on vacations or shopping, you just created debt for no reason. Discipline matters. And honestly, discipline is a real dividing line between people who stay broke and people who quietly build wealth. Because the average new vehicle today costs nearly $50,000. Think about that. To responsibly afford that under the 35% rule, someone should probably earn around $140,000 a year. But most buyers aren't making anywhere close to that, which means millions of people are driving cars they realistically cannot afford. That's the modern economy in one sentence. People financing lifestyles they haven't actually owned yet. And the dangerous part is that society rewards the appearance of wealth. People see the car, not the debt. They see the badge, not the stress. They see the luxury SUV, not the 7-year loan attached to it. Meanwhile, real wealthy people often drive surprisingly normal cars because they understand one thing average consumers don't. Every flashy purchase has a hidden cost, usually freedom. That's why real status is not driving the newest car. Real status is having investments, having options, having no financial panic, having a paid-off vehicle, and sleeping peacefully at night. A car should be a tool. The moment it becomes a trophy, your finances usually start suffering. And once you stop trying to impress strangers, you realize something powerful. Nobody actually cares what you drive as much as you think they do. People are too busy worrying about themselves. Financial freedom starts the moment you stop spending money for other people's approval. Because in the end, the goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to become untouchably financially stable. And if you want to see the exact negotiation trick dealerships absolutely hate, watch the next video right now, because it could save you thousands on your next car.